What's going on, GemMintites? It's your boy GemMint. I am here with another statue unboxing and review. This time we have a piece that I'm crazy excited to open. This is the DOOMSDAY Maquette by Sideshow Collectibles. I've wanted this ever since I first saw it at San Diego Comic-Con 2018. I think I was even saying it was going to be my first DC piece, but I didn't end up buying it. But guess what? Better late than never. It's here today. We're going to do an unboxing and a review. Big boxes only out here, y'all. Here is the art box. So, you have that green kind of post-apocalyptic look. The statue of Doomsday on the front. He has demolished whatever area he's in. He looks amazing. I love it. A complete wraparound artwork here. Wow, he looks huge. Holy crap. First of all, you have this tattered Superman cape, which is an option that you can use or not use. Little bag of batarangs. Let's go ahead and get the base on the table. So number 177 out of 600. This is the collector's edition. I didn't get the exclusive. We'll talk about that during the review. So Doomsday body is all one piece, man. He's got even his spike knee poking out of the bag. Let's get him out of here. I thought the whole nitpick about this piece is that he was supposed to be light. He's not light. Alright, so what do we got? We got the little batarang. Okay, we got his fingers that are a separate piece. I think you're supposed to put Superman's cape through them. I gotta fix that a little bit more. We have Wonder Woman's sword. We have Aquaman's trident. He's wearing Green Lantern's ring. And man, I didn't realize the portrait was this long with this ponytail. Yo, I'm loving it so far, man. I can't even... So happy that I got this. Alright, let's go. So... yeah, so the portrait has like a rubbery kind of feel to it. I guess it's not polystone, and we'll talk about that in the review. But I think that's all the pieces. Let's just poke these batarangs on, and we'll take a look at them. Wow, guys, I love this piece. So happy that I decided to get it. I held off on this for so long because I wasn't collecting DC statues. And it was supposed to be my first one. And I should have, because it made me miss out on the exclusive. But anyway, before we jump into the review, Doomsday is, yeah, he's got to be my favorite DC villain. When I was growing up, Death of Superman was the big comic at the time. Everybody had the polybag versions. I had the trade paperback, and I read it multiple times. I love Doomsday. He first appeared as a cameo at the end of Man of Steel 17, and then his first full appearance and cover appearance is on the next issue. And this is one of the few instances in comics where the cameo is more valuable than the first full appearance. You can get a 9.8 Man of Steel 18 for super cheap. I might do it just to pose it with this statue. Yeah, man, he killed Superman. It was a big deal. What was that, 1993? And he was in video games, had that Super Nintendo beat 'em up called Doomsday. He was actually my main in Injustice. Man, he has this rushdown combo, and I think you can mix up the last hit with either an overhead or an under, and then hit that sky bomb. You can exit. I'm like unstoppable with Doomsday. You have to be a really elite player to know how to defend yourself against me in Doomsday, for sure, man. Injustice, he was my main. He's a beast. And look at this statue, man. It's no exception. He is humongous. Let's get the specs on him real quick. I guess the top of those spikes would be the high point here. So I want to say it's about 25 inches tall. The width of the base is about 18 inches. And then if you want to look at maybe with his arms outstretched, right, you're looking at like 22 inches. Man, I have very fond memories of this guy because San Diego Comic-Con 2018, that was my first big con, my first like official convention. And when I saw that Sideshow booth, man, I just froze up. I thought I was going to case the place out. I thought I was going to like check everything out and then decide how I want to film. But as soon as I saw the Sideshow booth, I just went in autopilot. I put my phone up, I pressed record, and I just hit it, like no planning or anything. And when I came across this guy, it was the first reveal, and he was on a turntable like this, and I just let it play. I let him spin around multiple times, and I was just in awe. I can't believe it took me this long to finally go after it. Now, as far as the criticism that this piece has received, this is not a 100% polystone statue. There's a lot of this that feel like it has rubber parts. Now let me tell you something. I don't buy statues because they're polystone. I don't know if polystone is more expensive than rubber or more valuable. All I know is that these spike parts and these hair pieces are less likely to break with this material. So I'm all for that. If you want to make statues out of this material, I'm all for it. They're still numbered pieces. They're still collectibles, regardless of what it's made out of, and it's still high detail. You cannot tell that it's not polystone based on the paint applications. So I don't really see what the problem is with that. Also, it's not super light. He has a lot of weight to him. Like, picking him up was not just like a feather. So he had weight to him for sure. I guess that's the nitpicks on it. The other thing was the exclusive was dope, man. The exclusive had a switch out portrait, which was half of his green suit, which is what he's first in when he shows up in the comics, and you can kind of see the remnants of it, you know, on his lower half. And I thought that was super dope. It was such a nice nod to the comics and his origin, and it sold out. I missed out on it, but honestly, I don't know that I would really display it that way. I think I would display this head either way, so I wasn't going to let it stop me from going after it. You guys saw recently I did the Superman statue review. I did Supergirl, so I definitely wanted to get a villain in. We got Doomsday here. I think maybe next I'll go for maybe Bane. Maybe the classic Bane Sideshow piece. I really like the classic Lobo too. But there's such great Lobo pieces coming out that I might hold off. The base feels like it's still polystone. It has that hard kind of feel to it. It's a small little base. It's not the main focal point of this statue. Obviously, Doomsday commands this statue. So this is basically just a vessel to display Doomsday. But I do like how they added these Easter eggs of a defeated Justice League. Like I mentioned, the trident, the sword, the batarangs, Superman's cape, Green Lantern's ring. I love all those nods to the comics. You know, I'm a comic guy, so I appreciate those type of details. And, I mean, say what you would say about the material. This sculpt is amazing. I think it embodies everything that you would want out of a Doomsday piece. He's big. He's thick. He's just massive. I think the spikes protruding out of his knee and his arms and his chest and his shoulders look amazing. I like how you can still see muscle definition. I even like the kind of liberties that Sideshow likes to take with his actual costume, that his garb is not cloth. It looks kind of like maybe it was some type of armor or padding or some kind of uniform that he was in his containment suit. I forgot that's what it was called. I actually also thought that the torso was a separate piece, but I guess it's not. So sculpt-wise, looks amazing. They even have like the detail correct of like the spikes coming out of his knuckles, and any part that's getting like damaged, it's replacing itself with spikes. You can see the spine coming along all spiked out. That looks awesome. I'm really shocked that his whole body and both arms were one piece. Coming over here looking at the portrait, man, it's everything that you would want it to be. I love the expression. I think they even caught the little detail of the bone kind of going from the top of his eye to the bottom. He got the beard of spikes going, that long ponytail. I didn't even realize that was there. Looks amazing. I think they knocked it out the park with the sculpt. And then the paint apps. I mean, you had this green kind of metallic, but still dull kind of look on the containment suit. I think the difference from the grays of his skin, almost like an elephant or a rhino skin color, it's perfect. And then going into the more white bone that's protruding, looks great. I think it's perfect, man. And what's funny, the rubberized part of it, I don't know, it just makes me feel like, isn't that better to have less likely to damage? Imagine chipping these spikes. I've chipped a lot of pieces in my time, and it's not fun. But I don't think that Sideshow has really done it since this piece. Maybe because it had some negative criticism. I never, ever had a problem with that. Like I said, make it less likely to break. Let's take a look at it without Superman's cape. I personally like it with the cape because I think that red gives a nice contrast of color compared to all the gray and a little bit of green that you have here. Still looks good though. Oh, and I forget, yeah, Batman's cowl is in the base as well. All damaged up. Yo, I'm super excited. I'm so happy that I got this, man. Gonna put it up there next to Superman, next to Supergirl. And I guess we could make this a little bit fun, man. Let me know in the comments, what DC Sideshow piece do you guys want to see me add to the collection? I tell you, I got my eye on Bane. Even though it's an older piece, it's still in stock through Sideshow. I might scoop it from them. I really have my eye on the John Stewart Green Lantern. I have my eye on the Swamp Thing maquette, which, funny enough, also had, I think, criticism about the material. But I don't really remember if that was the Sideshow one or the Prime 1 statue. So I'm looking at that. I'm looking at Mr. Freeze, Starfire, The Flash. So let me know in the comments below. And don't worry, I'm still getting Marvel pieces. I just did a Colossus piece this week. I'm definitely all in on Sideshow's X-Men line. I don't know what I'm going to do with Spider-Man stuff. Like, I have the Spider-Man premium format, but Sideshow needs to start cranking out some companions to that piece. Also, besides that, let me know what you think about Doomsday in the comments below. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and hit that gem to the left to subscribe to the channel. If you want to see more statue unboxings and reviews, hit the playlist to the right. Thanks for watching. Stay minty fresh. Peace.